Okay, so Futswith here. I was asked to test my little alcohol burner with 9 cups of water. The water's really cold. It's right out of the tap. You have to excuse me if I get loud here because I have to look around the camera to see the display. Anyway, the difference I'm doing with this test is I'm using the pot stand that I didn't want to use inside because it has to burn the coating off. and the methyl alcohol with the blue stuff that's here is bad enough for fumes and such without burning off the coating indoors. My suggestion is if you use this stuff, don't do it indoors. It gets really bad fumes and smell. So, we light, and I'll keep turning the video on and off every so often until the water boils so that you don't have to watch like a 30-minute video of water boiling. Interesting. I've never had that happen before. It must be the wind. Maybe that will help. And there's an ounce of that in there. There we go. Yeah. Well. When I get too close. Nope.
I feel the warm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's lit. Ooh, it's bloomed already. Cool. Sorry I can't show you, but there's just enough wind that it would have a problem. So I'm going to set the and see if it goes out. There should be enough airflow. Yep, it's still going. Okay, so I'm going to cut you out and come back in a bit. Talk to you later. Okay, so we're back. It hasn't boiled. 8 minutes 40 seconds. It's there is bubbles on the bottom of the thing. I don't think I only put an ounce of alcohol, so I don't think it's going to last much longer. Seeing as how the last time I did a test with this burner, it only lasted about 8.5 minutes with an ounce. So I probably should have put 2, but part of the reason it hasn't gotten further, I think, is because I used the pot stand to stop everything from being tippy. Yeah, so I will probably do a test with my other cup that I used in the last video to see if that is what's happening because of the pot stand not making the alcohol burn fiercer. It really came out of there when the center hole was blocked off, and I didn't think to put a penny in there to block off the hole. So anyway, I'll talk to you in a bit. So 12 minutes. It hasn't boiled, although I'm starting to see little bubbles come up from the bottom. But I have a sneaking suspicion that even when I made that, I was thinking the same thing, that this is be good for doing like a a small, you know, cup of water, cup and a half, 2 cups of water for doing like a cup of coffee and maybe some oatmeal or something, or any of those like Mountain House type meals that only take a cup of water. This burner would be fine for that because it burns it it heats up that much quite quickly. But for 9 cups, like you're doing a percolator here, I don't think it would be worth doing it. So this would be good as like an emergency thing where you just need, like I say, well, you know, a cup of tea and a thing of oatmeal or something, but not for doing your full meals. It would take too long. And back in a bit. So 21 minutes 11 seconds. Interestingly enough, it's still burning. I'm getting a lot of those fumes. It's getting there, but it's not, you know, you have to look for the bubbles. So far my conclusion is, like earlier, a cup and a half, maybe 2 cups of water. I'll have to try it with 2 and see. I've only ever done it with a cup and a half, just so I can have a tea and a bit of oatmeal. Anyway, I think you probably want to stick to one of those for doing this kind of amount of water. So I'm gonna kill this, and well, I'm gonna let it burn out, and then I'm gonna switch over and have my breakfast. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I'll say about 30 minutes it went out. I sort of didn't notice because I couldn't see the flame. The water never boiled. Definitely didn't get to a rolling boil. And I even made it to 30 minutes because this is all cold. So say 25 minutes with an ounce of fuel. If I had to put more fuel in, it probably might have boiled the water, but it would have taken so long it's not worth even really doing. Now next time, if I do this again, I may do this, because that's the way I did the 1.5 cups, but as you can see, it's kind of tippy. The 1.5 cups like that boiled in 3.5 minutes. It was great. This would take less, but anyway. Later.